Hello, fine citizens of YouTube land. So today is the second volume of the Henna Chronicles. There were some problems that we had with the first, namely the color that came out. So here's a reminder of how the color came out, and this is a day after. And here it is today. Like I told you, it darkens up a little bit, so it's still orangey, but not as bad as it was. However, I figured out, well, I didn't figure out, I researched and I found out what the problem was. The problem was that I mixed it wrong. I mixed the Jamila henna and the Buxus powder, the Katam, together. I mixed the powders together, and then I put them into dye release. Problem is that Jamila goes into dye release in over a period of 6 to 8 hours, whereas, or 4 to 8 hours, whereas Buxus goes into dye release in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. So the Buxus basically went in and out of dye release, and so you didn't see any of it. So this time what I did was I mixed the Jamila henna last night, let it go into dye release, and then this morning, right before I washed my hair, I went ahead and did the Buxus. Now, the second thing that we had problems with last time, oh gosh, was the drips. The drips were everywhere. If you remember my shirt, another picture. The shirt was just ruined. Okay, so new shirt today. Hopefully we won't get so much on it. And although I am using the same old rag, this is just henna and more henna. I know it's raggedy looking, but I'm not ruining another rag. So anyway, what I did this time to combat the drips, I mixed the henna like I did last time to sort of this consistency of cake batter, okay? But I mixed the Buxus to a paste. Ooh, it's pretty. I just looked at it. That's the Buxus. It's sort of iridescent purple up in there. Can you see that? Let me bring my light up. I couldn't find my old light, so I went and bought another one. Okay, so that's the Buxus. It's ready to go, and it's kind of pasty. But the henna I did to a cake battery. Okay, so now I'm going to mix the two together now that they're both ready to go, and then we'll add in the conditioner. Oops. So we'll add in the conditioner, and that will work. Okay, now the other thing I did was, remember I made too much last time. So what I did this time was I cut it in half. I cut the recipe in half. I made 25 grams of the henna, 25 grams of the Buxus. I'm mixing that together now, and I am going to add, instead of a cup and a half of the conditioner, I'm going to add just 3/4 of a cup. Okay, right there. That's, well, let's see how it's sticking to the, yeah, that's without the conditioner. It's about 3/4 of a cup, and then that's to get it loose. The other thing I did, if you'll notice, my hair is kind of, it's wet, but it's not dripping. I plopped my hair after I washed it, and I think that that's going to make a big deal with the drips also. So not dripping wet hair, that might help. Look at that. It's not as, it's a little bit thicker, ploppier. So hopefully that will reduce a lot of the drips that I was having last time. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my hair, and then I'll come back once it's in. Okay, so I have gotten it in my hair. So a couple of things. One, you can see I got a little on my collar there. Make sure to go around and get all of the edges, because you don't want it dyeing your skin. That's one big huge thing, especially behind the ears and such. The other thing is that storage. Don't mix your katam in with your henna if you don't plan to use all of it, because the henna can be kept in the freezer. Henna paste can be kept in the freezer for up to 6 months apparently, but katam doesn't do so well. So it's use or lose. So once you make it into a paste, you've got to use it. The 25 to 25 worked perfectly. I was able to, you know, thoroughly saturate all of my tresses. And so yeah, it's good. Also, when you're storing your henna powder and your katam powder can be stored, needs to be stored in the refrigerator. I put it in that butter cup thing, you know, where you put your butter and stuff. I put it in there. And the henna powder needs to be stored in the freezer. Don't order so much that you end up with old powder. I don't think mine expires until 2013, but you know, the fresher, the more dye release, the more conditioning properties, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm back, and I just washed and did a deep condition. I used my lemongrass clary sage conditioner from Nature's Gate for the deep conditioning. Of course, the conditioning is there. The coils are so there. Look at that. Just fabulous. The color is deeper this time. I still think I'm putting too much henna and not enough buxus, and I think part of the problem now is that the scale I'm using, which is not right here readily available, is not as accurate as I would like it to be. So I think I'm putting more henna than I would like. It's still kind of reddish though. See the color? Yeah, there's the light so you can kind of see it. It's still kind of reddish. It's definitely deeper, and that means that over the next couple of days it's going to get even deeper, because you know it takes about 2 days for the full color to come in. I think with this next one, the volume 3, I'm going to reduce the amount of henna, bring up the amount of buxus. Although I don't want to do that too much because I do want the conditioning properties that you get with henna. So I don't know. We'll see what I'll do on the volume 3. But as far as this is concerned, I'm still really happy with the conditioning properties. I mean, my hair is just amazing after a henna. The coils, you know, are just amazing. Keep in mind, I'm still in twists here, and this is like week 3 twists, so they're really fuzzy. They almost look like I don't have twists, but yeah, they got 1 more week to go before they come out. These bad boys are going 4 weeks, whether they like it or not. So, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. All right, talk to you guys later.
Once I clean my mirror,